I got a call about 6:25am on the 4th of December 1980 saying there'd been a fatal accident on the Pacific Highway just north of Bago Road. A semi-trailer overturned on the highway. The driver of the escort panel van was deceased. The whole roof of his van was cut off. The semi-trailer was carrying DDT poison, a substance called Stripex, sodium propionate, 4.5 tonne of spilt chemicals on the road. And the driver said, "I better tell you now, I've got nuclear waste on me load, in my load." The accident was just uphill from a creek that leads into a public lake. And then Terry arrives.
They said, "Oh, you better move the canister of the radio off the road."
It's around 80-pound drum of ammunition.
So we're sort of like struggling, we get off the road because no one knew what was really there.
And the end of it was ruptured. Probably a crack about 6 inches long in the well, right at the very top of the drum. And there was something oozing out of it. It was like like a thick shape, so really oozy. It was a browny orangey colour. Yeah. And it was a very, very strong acid type smell. Burn all our nasal passages and throat and everything else. And eyes. And the police department for a long time, or the government in general, refused to accept that the drum was damaged. Polystyrene container about 6 inches in diameter or so, about 6 or 8 inches high, lying broken open in the water table. 5 or 6 feet away, north, was a lead container of the cesium. And my information was they picked it up from Lucas Heights.
Atomic Energy Commission.
Yeah, and it was Atomic Energy Commission, Lucas Heights. The whole thing was consigned to Gulf Nuclear in Texas. And you'll see that name in those photos on the side of that big container. You'll see Gulf Nuclear. Plus, whatever else was in that container that we never went through. And it was being shipped out of Brisbane Wharf. There was a ban on the handling of nuclear products in Sydney at the time. That's what the truck driver told me. So I was told to stop before I got into Brisbane, pull a tarp over the entire load so no one could see, and no one be the wiser. How much this still goes on.
We called for assistance once, remember? And they said, "Oh no, we're not going to send any other police out there. There's just the two of you there, and
too dangerous.
Too dangerous, and we'll just limit it to just the two of you."
The council sent out the health inspector about a bit after lunch, I think. He got there, and we had a discussion. He said, "We'll dig a hole here, and you can bury all the stuff on the side of the road, right?"
But those people that buried that from the council and the DMR, a lot of those died not that long after, 4 or 5 years after. They had cancers, and peculiar cancers, like liver cancer, brain cancer, which was not so common then. But these people were all at the site at the time.
We were both sick violently out at the scene that day. We were there for 12 hours, it's a long time. You're exposed to that sort of shit. And but no one cared.
We didn't know if we had radioactive poison, DDT poisoning, or anything for months after.
A proctologist in town who was the head specialist, and he told me at the time, "You'll be dead within 2 to 3 years. That's about your life expectancy. Because your wife, you have a pregnancy terminated, and you have a vasectomy. It's pretty traumatic." Because of the nature of the load, it's causing the government and the police department a great deal of embarrassment. And nobody wanted to know about it. There was standover and intimidation. The threats. Remember it well. Took us inside. He said, "Constable, some months ago, you were in this very office where you were told to shut your mouth about this accident. Shut your mouth and don't talk to the media or you'll get a bullet in the back of the head. Now piss off out of my sight." I wake up with nightmares. Always about the same accident.
After 4 years nearly that I was on off duty on heard on duty, they put me out of the police, medically unfit, not duty related. Your salary's going to stop next Tuesday. So at the time I owed money on the house and family. I had 3 children, wife, and no job, no money, with 5 days' notice, 3 days' notice. I fought on for 35 years. I went to dozens of doctors and 9 legal firms, and none of them said they all said there's nothing I could do until I met this legal firm in Newcastle, and who said that he could help. But 35 years is a long time. They boarded me out medically unfit and duty related, and I got a certificate that says excellent conduct, and but no pension. Would have made a lot of difference in my life if the police department had done the right thing in the first place. I'm now the holder of the National Police Medal, and I had a pristine record. I joined at 19, and that was my life, the police.
The only way to get rid of me was to discredit me. And to do that, they had to sack me, which they did at the end of the day, after 19 years. I was convicted and fined, convicted of having 24 ballpoint biros and 12 lead pencils, all branded New South Wales Government, to the value of 58 cents. In my possession, I was fined $250 and sacked. Thanks for coming.
True story. Sacked because he had biros and pencils.
Yeah. 58 cents worth. But in 1984, they made this amendment to say that if you were dismissed from the police force for any reason, you were not entitled to a police hurt on duty pension. That came out a month or so before they gave me the flick. It was disgusting the way we were treated. It really was.
There's a lot of people being sick off that side, where they buried all the tons of DDT. In 2012, that guy, the worker, who got really sick.
I reckon when they've done this new highway bypass, I would think they've dug through the end of the pit. I do believe that we did suffer from radiation poisoning. The whole thing was a disgrace. I think that Lucas Heights, the powers that be, the Atomic Energy Commission, the Health Commission, the Police Department, the State Government, all have got a lot to answer for. It was a cover-up from day one. They didn't want to know. And it was a shut your mouth, don't talk about it, and that was it. That's how it's been all these years. Whenever there's human beings involved, and there's trucks and there's radioactive waste, there's going to be an accident somewhere. A truck is going to turn over.
Human error.
Human error. You can't stop it, it's inevitable. And so there's no safe zone between point A and point B. There's no safe area. It's all going to be exposed. And I'm sure that as production increases and the transportation needs increase, bear in mind they'll probably be wasted from other centres as well in this one location, the repercussions, especially the people in South Australia, will be horrendous.
They cover up these things, and the truth never gets out of what happened. And a lot of lies, a lot of deception.
Lucas Heights, they have to be responsible for their own byproduct, their own waste. But they shouldn't expect anyone else to accept their rubbish. It's a deadly cargo. Why put the bastard in the Flinders Ranges?
It's ridiculous.
Or tourist area, or other populated areas. The burden can be placed on one community, or one section, to look after someone else's problems. That's what they're doing, just passing the buck. But the price you've got to pay at the end of the day is astronomical. It'll happen again one day somewhere. And the more they transport, the greater the risk to that particular area. It will happen.